Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Africa's UFC athletes. After Francis Ngannou stopped Stipe Miocic in the second round very convincingly, he became the first African heavyweight champion in the UFC. He also became the third African to win a championship belt. And all three champions are currently reigning in their own divisions.
Get that gold belt. Let that go.
Look at my boy, Ngannou, Francis Ngannou. I mean, look at that. Holy smokes. Talk about being excited for a young man to finally accomplish his goals.
West Africa, baby, that's three.
This one means a lot to have a third champion in the UFC when there's less than 20 Africans fighting in the UFC. We got three champions. Three. I mean, I'm speechless.
Francis Ngannou was actually the first African to have a championship match, but unfortunately back then, a couple of years ago, he lost that fight to Stipe Miocic, who he beat this time around. In 2019, Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare, became the first African to win the UFC Championship. He fights in the welterweight.
UFC event, and how far do you think we are away from it?
Honestly, I don't think we're far at all. I think the tough thing is just, the higher ups and the execs just, are able to say, okay, we're gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. Because obviously there's intricate details that a lot of people don't know that goes into bringing events to certain places, as far as transport, just financial wise, and not just financially, but also logistics and making sure everything works out. There's a couple of countries down in the continent of Africa who are definitely capable of being able to host and make this thing come to fruition. And it's just kind of up to the company to basically decide if, hey, we're gonna make this happen. Because sooner than later, we're about to have three African-born champions, all holding belts. So, I mean, we're gonna have to make something happen sooner or later, and I envision that just being one of the most memorable and massive events that this company has ever seen.
He has so far defended his championship twice. The second African champion is also from Nigeria. His name is Israel Adesanya. The last airbender fights at middleweight, and he has an impressive record of 20-1. He actually lost when he tried to go up into the light heavyweight.
There's a massive surge of African fighters. What do you attribute that to? Do you think there's a work ethic hidden behind there, or what would you say?
Man, African women might be the hardest workers on the planet, if I'm being honest with you. I've seen mothers with a baby on their front and on their back carrying a big like tray of plantains on their neck all day in the blazing heat. And that's just one person, and I've seen that work ethic through my people, through my parents. So yeah, it is passed down through us. I was not the best. I'm the runt of my people, if I'm being honest. So I wasn't always the hardest worker, but it's in me. It's in my DNA.
Now, what makes this very impressive is that all these three champions became champions within the last 2 years. Also, there are many other fighters in other divisions. All three of these champions have also been on Joe Rogan show. And if you haven't seen especially the Francis Ngannou one, it's one of the most incredible stories I've ever heard. I would suggest that you go and watch it. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, to think about the fact that 10 years ago, he was around Sahara trying to get to Europe. And that was 10 years ago. He never tried to have a match before that. He never practiced UFC before that. He started practicing 8 years ago. After 4 years, he had a championship match, and now he is the legitimate champion. Undisputed. And I don't think he'll be defeated anytime soon. Now, go watch the Joe Rogan shows. Thank you for watching this video. And this is great news, and we'll wait for the next championship.